Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are listening to KSFS San Francisco at beccamedia.net/KSFS radio. That being said, welcome to another episode of Something Sporty. Hello, everybody.
Hello, guys. This is AKA Gian. Is our last basically show or episode.
Yep. This is Eric Carlson coming in too. Potentially the season finale. Hopefully we can push for a third season. So we'll see what happens. Maybe there will be a third season, maybe not. Only time will tell.
Yes,
so,
sir.
On that note, how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I just catch up some sleep. I believe I finished 4 of my finals. I have one more next week. Oh, tomorrow actually. That's the last one, and I'm done for the semester.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All my finals was last week.
Lucky.
Apparently, but one of my teacher that is 2 of my classes. She needs to go vacation around like this time, to go to like I don't know. I think Europe. She'll take for a whole month.
Oh, wow.
So that's why she wanted to push her finals early. So I was like, I'm down with that. So it was that easy. It was almost mostly presentation projects and essays. So that's all.
Oh, all right.
How about you, Eric? How many finals do you have coming up?
I've done the majority of my finals already. I still have a highlight story to do for my internship class. So what a highlight story is, I select a student athlete and I interview them and talk about what they do outside of their respective sport. I have one of my own teammates from my cross country and track team, and he coaches at his alma mater.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I'm going to interview him soon for my article that I'm going to write for my internship. And possibly that could be up on the athletics official page for this school.
Oh, is it gonna get posted in SF State thing?
I think so.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I'll have to check in with my my manager for that.
Is this internship based on school?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the school offers a broadcasting internship, which basically I've done all semester. So my job is to commentate all the games on the CCAA network. I've done volleyball, soccer, both men's and women's and women's basketball.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I've commentated, I'd say, around 20 games throughout the semester or so.
Oh, that's good. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a blast. It was an absolute blast, and it helps me with like having a better understanding of each sport, even though what I say during the broadcasts are like repetitive, but I still have some work to do, but definitely an improvement. I mean, I'm going to be taking the class again next semester for the sake of more experience, because that experience will definitely help once I get into the real world.
That's true. And how many are you in your 3rd semester?
What do you mean?
Like, are you in your last semester, or is this your
second to last?
Second to last. Okay, got it.
In other words, I'll be graduating spring 2023.
Hey, me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Let's
one
go.
more semester. I have to take 6 classes, so I can just graduate.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough next semester for me.
Yeah.
But it's all elective classes, so I pick a fairly easy class.
Okay, that's good.
So no major, upper division. I already finished that this semester.
Oh, you finished all of your GEs already?
Yep, everything.
I think I'm going to be done with my GEs as well after this semester too. Basically, next semester will be focused on finishing up my major, getting more experience, more specifically, and finishing up my minor in athletic coaching.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a athletic coaching minor too. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, on that note, let's get into shouting out our teams at San Francisco State. First, we have wrestling. This past week, the wrestling team had 2 meets. The first one was the Menlo Open, which is near SF in, I think, Atherton, around that area. Anyways, they got a dominant win over Menlo, 42-10. And from my understanding, the Oaks, that's Menlo's mascot, that team is ranked 9th in the nation in Division III. Menlo College is a Division III school.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the men scored their first career as a Gator, which helped with the Gators' victory, their dominant victory. They won 42-10. And then recently, they had a meet against Simpson University, and they just steamrolled their way to victory against them as the Gators scored multiple takedowns and some decision victories with one of the men, Kyle Botello, scoring a pin for the Gators en route to a dominant 41-3 victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Wrestlers will next face on December 17th as the Gators head to the Desert Duels to face CSU Pueblo. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I apologize. Incorrectly. They face CSU Pueblo, Simon Fraser, and number 20 Minnesota State. Now on to the basketball teams. First with the women's team. Unfortunately, they fell short to the nationally ranked number 16 Cal State San Marcos team. Several Gators put up double digits.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, double-digit points, that is.
Mm-hmm.
They out-rebounded the Cougars 32-30 to help with the fight they put up against the nationally ranked team. They managed to keep the game close throughout the majority of the game, but unfortunately they fell short 59-78. Another game they had was against Cal State LA. Several players once again put up double-digit points in their matchup against the Golden Eagles. They unfortunately lost 76-65. One of their players, Taimani Lisa Hardy, is now 6th all-time for career steals with 173. She will need to reach 183 to tie Crystal Mays for 5th all-time.
Ooh.
And the Gators will return to action December 19th after finals to face Northwestern Nazarene at home. Now on to the men's basketball team. They also faced Cal State San Marcos. They fell short in a tightly contested game. 3 players put up double-digit points. The Gators kept the game close for at least the majority of the game. And then their matchup, they also faced Cal State LA. So both teams faced the Cougars and the Golden Eagles of Cal State San Marcos and Cal State LA, respectively. Several players, again, putting up double-digit points in their unfortunate loss against the Golden Eagles. They have been dominating with the rebound battle, 43-37. 43 rebounds to 37 rebounds, that is. 10 different Gators ended up getting a rebound, with Toby Okuoke notching a team-high 7. And they will be back to action also on December 19th, taking on the Cal State Monterey Bay Otters. All these teams here, they're putting up great efforts despite their losses. For the men's and women's basketball teams specifically, well, just for like all these teams in general, it's competing in the CCAA. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
And as an athlete myself, the competition is ridiculously tight.
Competitive, way too competitive.
Yeah, and the CCAA is one of, if not the most competitive conference in Division II in the entire country. Like, there's great athletes all around throughout this conference. So with that in mind, they're putting up great efforts.
Yeah, still getting like good scores and pretty impressive stats.
They're putting up good numbers too. And now on to our last shout out, the women's track and field team. Their indoor track and field season is officially underway. Recently, they went up to Spokane, Washington for the Spokane Invite for their first meet of the season. The runners' times in the 300-meter dash ranged from 42 to 46 seconds. Pretty good times. And 200-meter dash, that is, ranging around 28 seconds. Pretty fast, too. Like, honestly, I can't really do that, to be honest. So, hats off to them for that. One of their players, one of the athletes, Maddie Cecilio, she performed well at the invite in the high jump as she cracked the school's all-time record in the high jump. She's in the top 10 all-time for indoor track at SFSU. So that's congratulations to her. And congratulations and good job to all the other athletes that we have mentioned in this episode. You guys are doing great, and we can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Damn. That's pretty good.
So, on that note, let's transition to one of the biggest headlines, if not the biggest headline that's going on in the sports world right now. Brittany Griner has returned to U.S. soil.
Ooh.
So, for those who don't know, she's returned to the U.S. in a prisoner exchange with Russia after spending 294 days in detention in Russia.
God, that's almost 9-ish months. I believe so.
I'm not too sure.
That is tough.
Yeah. Anyways, earlier this year, she was arrested for having possession of vape cartridges containing marijuana concentrate hashish oil in Russia. On February 17th, to be exact.
Oh, damn.
And later on in the summer, she went to trial and she was found guilty, and she was sentenced to 9 years in prison. And potentially, she endured all kinds of discrimination and brutal work conditions. We're talking 16-hour work days.
Yeah, Russia don't play.
Yeah,
and probably that's in like the worst condition too. I would expect.
Probably so. And well, during her trial in July, per an NBC article, she said that she had no intent of breaking the law whatsoever. But that didn't help her case, unfortunately, as she still ended up being sentenced to 9 years in prison, though she did seem very remorseful about her actions. So the exchange happened just 11 days ago. It was confirmed to happen on December 1st, so 11 days ago. That's as of this recording.
Yeah.
The trade, however, was met with controversy as the prisoner exchange involved a arms trafficker named Victor Bout, who is also known as the Merchant of Death.
Well, why do you call him that?
So basically, it was he was charged with weapons trafficking, and I think of like conspiracy to other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and from my understanding, he was serving a 25-year sentence, and he was like 12 years into said sentence.
Oh, then he only did half of it.
Yeah. Oh, so he was illegally trafficking weapons, potentially fueling deadly conflicts around the world. Excuse me. As Fox News article mentions that a senior defense official at the Pentagon is concerned that he could go back to illegally trafficking weapons, potentially fueling deadly conflicts around the world.
Yeah, biz.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely some concern and a lot of controversy going on.
Yeah, multi weapons is like the, except for like drugs. Weapons is like the one is really like serious because other countries like need lack of like weapons, and him doing that is like so demanding too. And also the war is happening right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he does. He probably would come back.
The official said, and I quote, "I think there's a concern that he would return to doing the same kind of work he's done in the past." Both Griner and Bout were charged for like very different reasons, as you already know.
Yeah.
And people are just showing disgust with the exchange, as I've mentioned earlier, pointing out Marine soldier Paul Whelan. He was originally going to be involved in the trade. The Biden administration was looking to get both Griner and Whelan as part of the exchange, but Russia was basically refusing to let Paul Whelan go.
Oh, damn. He's probably trying to keep him, get him as much information from him.
Yeah, Biden said in an article from Yahoo Sports, sadly, for totally illegitimate reasons, Russia has treated Paul's case differently than Brittany's, and while we have not yet succeeded in securing Paul's release, we are not giving up. We will never give up. So it appears that the Biden administration will continue to put up a fight.
That's good. At least supporting their U.S. citizens.
Yeah. So on that note, let's stick to basketball, more specifically a battle between the Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets recently on Thursday night's game. In the final minutes, teams were just exchanging buckets, like back and forth buckets, including some deep threes from Damian Lillard. Like, oh man, this guy is still crazy with these clutch shots. And so is Jamal Murray. He's hitting wild turnaround shots of his own. And in the final seconds, like in the final 5 seconds or so, final 20 seconds, Damian Lillard, he was on the, I think it's the, like the right corner, like I forgot the term. It's like, but he was around that area. Nasty step back three, nothing but nylon. And then moments later, following a timeout called by Denver, Jamal Murray is wide open, nails a triple with 0.9 remaining. I'm telling you, in my opinion, Jamal Murray and Damian Lillard are underrated shooters in the league.
Hey, they're going to be coming up soon. In a few years.
I mean, they're veterans by now, especially Lillard. He's been in the league for, I'd say, close to a decade by now.
Oh, damn. He's been playing for a pretty long time.
Yeah. And Jamal Murray, he's been around for, I'd say, 5 to 6 years. And this guy is like, he's a star. He's undeniably a star and maybe one of the most underrated players in the entire league. This guy's putting up, well, before he got injured, he was putting up all-star caliber numbers.
Oof.
And I'm shocked that, like, when he was putting up said numbers, he did not get a single all-star nomination. I don't understand. He's a great player.
He put 40 points in that game, Jamal
Murray, he put up 40 points?
Is it not Jamal?
Or
Damian,
Lillard.
Millard, yeah.
Lillard. Oh, yeah.
40 points. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's an all-star right there.
Yeah.
Well, 2 all-stars, I should say. Jamal Murray, in my opinion, got robbed of an all-star nomination, but he's been on a comeback of his own following his grueling injury that took him out for like a season at least.
Oh.
So based on how he's been playing recently, I can realistically see him being an all-star this year. Finally his first all-star nomination.
I'll be proud of him to get this finally.
Yeah. And that exchange between Lillard and Murray, it reminded me of the 2019 playoffs. So let me set the stage for you a little bit. We're in Portland, Game 3 of the 2019 Western Conference semifinals, and it's Portland versus Denver. We're in Portland, of course. Mm-hmm. The game went to not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 overtimes.
Oh, my God.
Back and forth buckets, too. And I think
no one trying to give up, huh?
Yeah, no one was giving up. And I think it was Rodney Hood. I think it was Rodney Hood that hit the game-sealing pump fake mid-range jumper to give the Blazers the win in that game. And it was an instant classic of a game.
Damn, four overtime, that's insane.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Let alone in a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ultimately the Trailblazers won that series in 7 hard-fought games as they returned to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in then 19 years, but got swept by the Warriors.
Yeah, of course. Warriors was it Warriors when was that 2019 when they put a 27-0, or like when
27-0?
Like they had no lose for a while.
Oh, that was a couple of years earlier. That was the 2015-2016 season.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was one of the best season starts of all time.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Going 25-0, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Around double digits in the 20s, I know.
Yeah, the record currently is held by the Lakers. I forgot what year it was, but they went 33-0 to start the season.
What?
And that
is
record
crazy.
hasn't been touched ever since.
Yeah, this is gonna be impossible at least at this generation.
Or I think it was they won 33 straight games at some point. I don't recall, but 33-0 is some kind of record held by the Lakers. That's the
Yeah.
bottom line.
Damn, Lakers.
Yeah. Now transitioning to the NFL, Baker Mayfield was the biggest surprise in the NFL on Thursday after signing with the Rams after he was released by the Carolina Panthers, and his time there was just awful. The Panthers are 4-8, if not 4-9
That is
right now,
that is on the bottom.
after what people called a blockbuster trade. Like, oh my God, Baker Mayfield went to the Panthers. Oh, they're gonna win. The Panthers are gonna win. No, no.
Like I said, no.
Yes. We also in the studio we have
This buzzer beating.
buzzer buttons, like something you would find on an episode of Family Feud or something. So yeah, so the point is everyone thought that Baker Mayfield to the Panthers was a good idea. We couldn't have been any more wrong. So, anyways, Baker Mayfield, he signed with the Rams on last Tuesday, and I was kind of skeptical that this would actually work out for Mayfield given what has happened this past season, what's happened this season so far. The Rams, they played the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday, and in the final 2 minutes of the game, they were at the 98-yard side, or whatever the term is. Like, they were right at their at one of the end zones. I think it was away. I'm not too sure, but in the final 2 minutes, he led a 98-yard touchdown drive.
Ooh.
In the final 2 minutes of this
That
game.
is terrible.
For the Raiders, yes.
Yes. That's
But it's unreal how Baker Mayfield pulled this off. And the drive was the longest go-ahead touchdown drive in the final 2 minutes over the last NFL 45 seasons, according to ESPN.
that is crazy.
Yeah, like I was just in awe when I saw highlights of this play. Like, there's no way that Baker Mayfield is actually going to pull this off.
The Raiders fan would have been so pissed. Oh my God. I would imagine last 2 minutes. Oh, we got this. Just hang on tight. But nope.
Yeah, and I forgot who showed the statistics, but originally it was the Raiders who had a 98% chance of winning going into the final 2 minutes of the game. But it was like up to here.
And then it went straight down.
Like that. Just from Baker Mayfield's miraculous play. Like,
That is crazy.
it is crazy. So, could Baker Mayfield now be the starting quarterback over, what's his name? Matthew Stafford following that play?
Hey, maybe. That could be.
I mean, before Baker Mayfield came over, the Rams have been playing awfully. And mind you, they're the defending Super Bowl champions, and they're playing terribly this season.
They should, since if you're the defending champions, you should at least average, at least winning most of the game.
Or if not, then like be mediocre.
Yeah.
Be like, say,
Lose.
6-6, or just be at the 50% winning mark.
Yes, like you pretend you win some and you lose some, and then you win, then lose some again. Like but man, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna come back in that position again. But
Yeah, so with that in mind, with Baker Mayfield's miraculous play, as people are calling it the Mayfield Miracle, fitting name if you ask me.
yes, that is within 2 minutes. I would say
Yeah. And head coach Sean McVay, head coach of the Rams, is just loving it. He was just embracing Baker Mayfield following the incredible win.
that's good.
So, speaking of your win some, lose some, Tom Brady is in that situation. So last week, we were covering the game a little bit last Monday. He made a comeback against the Saints in the final minutes. They were down 16-3 in the final 3 minutes of the game. Play kicked off by the comeback play was kicked off by a touchdown to Odin. Yeah, Odin. That's how you pronounce the name. Anyways, the defense afterward came up big when the Saints got the ball back. Incomplete pass after incomplete pass. Then the Bucs got the ball back.
Ooh.
They marched down to the end zone. Brady threaded the needle to Marquise Godwin for a touchdown, but that touchdown was turned over because of a foul being called, overturning it, and a 10-yard penalty was called on the Bucs.
Oh, then there's a flag. Then that's
at the worst possible
yeah,
time.
it is the worst possible time.
Or so we thought. 2 plays later, Brady throws a true game-winning touchdown to Rachaad White, and they ended up getting the win, 17-16, as they went up to 6-6.
This is probably Tom Brady's team's okay, we're gonna lose, and Tom Brady's relax, I got this, I'll figure something out, and boom, and that shows.
Yeah, but yesterday though, the 49ers took on the Bucs.
That was I checked the game. I think the
Yeah,
Bucs had 0 and 49ers had 35. It was that. I looked at it. Are they for surely gonna win? Yeah, and I think there's only 4 minutes in that time. I think so. It was I'm not sure when they scored that 7, but when I looked at it, it was 0-35. I'm ain't no way this 49ers playing right now, and 2 of their main quarterbacks are injured.
yeah.
Right?
I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty shocked by the score. I was at my phone yesterday, and I saw that Google was sending me a score update.
Yeah.
And I saw that the 49ers were up 14-0 early on in the game, and then it turned into 35-7.
Yes.
I'm actually shocked that the Niners somehow blew out Tom Brady and the Buccaneers without 2 of their
Main stars.
their main quarterbacks. It's Brock Purdy's team now. I mean, he put up another great performance, surprisingly great.
Yeah.
And mind you, he was apparently the final pick in this year's draft.
Oh.
And there is a name for that final pick in a draft
what
for the NFL and the NBA at the very least. Mr. Irrelevant.
Damn, that sucks. I would be. Is it in high school, and but then you're playing dodgeball, and there's 2 captains, and you don't want to be the last person to get picked. It's like that. Is that feeling in my opinion? If you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, man, I'll be annoyed.
However, he became the first quarterback ever to beat Brady in his first start, earning the post-game congratulations from Brady, per an article from ESPN. He actually outperformed
Brady.
arguably the NFL's GOAT.
Is it a 7 rings guy? Seven
Yeah,
rings?
I mean, he is the GOAT.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie, but my dad, he refuses to believe it. He still stands with Joe Montana as the GOAT. Don't get me wrong, Joe Montana, he's an all-time great quarterback.
Yeah.
But he's not Tom
Brady
Brady good.
Yeah.
I just do every time my dad mentions that, I just just count to 7 with my fingers. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The numbers don't lie.
And but also Tom Brady is playing. This is not even his prime right now. He's old. Imagine in his prime.
I mean, he's
still good.
He's still performing pretty well
Yeah.
despite his age.
But imagine young Tom Brady.
Yeah. But anyways, Brock Purdy threw for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns along the dominance that the 49ers had en route to their 6th straight win of the season.
Yeah. This last week we were talking about their fit one, right? Fit win.
Yes,
But we had
against the Dolphins, I think.
Dolphins last
Yeah,
week.
or it was on December 4th.
Sunday.
Yes, correct.
And that's when we got injured. Forgot who's the
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. Jimmy G, basically. I was trying to get the nickname.
Speaking of injuries, the 49ers got hit with yet another injury, unfortunately.
God.
Deebo Samuel was taken out of the game following what looked like a brutal leg injury. I saw clips of it, and it seemed that his right leg was contorting in a really bad angle.
Oh.
Yeah, and it looked like his knee was too. It's possibly some kind of tear. I mean, God forbid it is. But Kyle Shanahan, 49ers head coach, said that it's most likely a high ankle sprain per Yahoo article. But
that's still
that's no high ankle sprain if like your whole leg is contorting
and it doesn't look in a different angle.
I mean, I hope it's only an ankle sprain. Yeah, so he could be out
within like months.
For a sprain, no, he could be out for like maybe a week or two, but
it really
yeah, he could be back in time for the playoffs, assuming the Niners make the playoffs. But right now it's looking good for them, but that's besides the point. There's some good news though for Jimmy Garoppolo. The guy does not require ankle surgery as it was previously reported. An article on the 49ers website reported, quote, further testing has revealed that Garoppolo avoided a Linz-Frank injury. It's a kind of ankle injury, apparently. A Linz-Frank injury and ligament damage to his foot and will not need surgery to repair it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But Kyle Shanahan, though, is like pointing to stay cautious. As he said, quote, at best case scenario, not to play football 7 to 8 weeks, but to heal. Jimmy G not put on an injured reserve list for some reason. He's going to be watched over the next couple of weeks and see what's the right move as far as bringing back Jimmy G to the 49ers and back on the field. But realistically, I don't think he'll be back in time for the playoffs. Again, assuming the 49ers do that.
Makes it to the playoffs.
Yeah. But in the meantime, it's Brock Purdy's team. It stays that way. And so far,
he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
Knee slapper. Oh, I'm looking forward to talking about this. Aaron Judge. Oh, man. This hurt all Giants fans out there.
How come?
So, there were rumors going around that Aaron Judge signed a deal with the Giants. But guess what? In case you don't know what that means, the rumors couldn't have been any more false, as he signed a 9-year, $360 million contract to return to the Yankees, as he's now still the face of New York baseball.
All that hype, all that. Didn't he get a tour from, like, I don't know, Stephen Curry or something?
Yeah, he did. And he visited the Bay Area too, recently.
Bro.
I mean, it's alleged. So.
Yeah. I mean, man
indeed.
9 years, 300. You said 300.
9-year, $360 million deal.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for off-season signings that have occurred throughout this past week. As mentioned before, we mentioned Trea Turner. The Phillies signed him to an 11-year, $300 million deal.
Cow. This is a long-term, contract. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more common based on what I've been seeing.
Yeah. Usually it's only 4 years, 3 years, right?
Yeah,
average.
And this is for sports in general, too. Take Patrick Mahomes' contract for an example. 11-year, $500 million contract.
Sheesh.
Largest contract for any sport. At least for all the major sports. The MLB, NBA,
Yeah.
NHL, and MLS.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the point of the matter is big contracts like that is just more and more common.
Yeah, they really. What's that called? What do you call that word? Freak, I forgot. When you're really putting that much money on that person. Investing on that.
Yeah, investing.
Investing. Just $500 million. Woo!
Yeah. Woo, indeed.
You can make a whole new stadium with that.
I don't know about that.
I mean, for
a small
a
stadium,
stadium, yeah.
maybe,
Maybe.
but like an MLB size stadium,
probably cost
yeah.
like, $1 billion.
Anyways, another signing. Texas Rangers, they signed Jacob deGrom to a 5-year, $185 million contract.
See,
Yeah.
those contracts, I'm not surprised for those ones, but like,
Yeah. Veteran Justin Verlander, he signed a 2-year, $86.66 million deal with, I forgot what team he signed up with. Oh, the Mets,
oh,
I think. Yeah, it appears that he signed with
the Mets.
the New York Mets for that deal. Oh, yeah, it is the Mets. It is Mets. Anyways, Cody Bellinger from the Dodgers, second biggest headline in my opinion. He signed with the Chicago Cubs to a $17.5 million deal for 1 year. So with that in mind,
That's still pretty good, in my
yeah,
opinion.
I mean, yeah, it is. But from a game standpoint, though, given the Dodgers and the Giants' legendary rivalry, they won't be as much of a threat against the Giants going forward because Cody Bellinger was one of the Dodgers' stars for years now, and he helped out with the 2020 World Series run for the Dodgers as they ended up winning that World Series title in 32 years. Yeah, it was their first title in, at the time, 32 years.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so with Bellinger gone, from the Dodgers that is, not much of a threat. Or maybe they will still be a threat. Maybe they'll be worse.
Well,
Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know, indeed. So, what do you have for us now?
Ooh,
That's
talking about
sporty.
FIFA.
Oh, yes.
One of the GOAT. You probably know who I'm gonna talk about.
Neymar?
Nope, the other one.
No, wait. Messi.
Nope, the other one.
No. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Oh, my
In
God.
tears. What did this call? Got eliminated by Morocco. Portugal.
Oh, yes.
Portugal got eliminated for FIFA, and the videos of Cristiano Ronaldo walking out from the stadium and crying is so
It's heartbreaking.
Yes.
Speaking of Ronaldo,
yes.
have you heard of IShowSpeed?
No. Oh, Speed?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Speed. I love Speed.
Oh, yeah. This guy ended up going to the World Cup to watch Ronaldo in person, only to see him lose.
Yeah.
And there was a live stream of him and his reaction,
Oh yeah.
and he was
pissed. He was barking.
well after the game, he was just devastated.
Yeah. He was one of the biggest Ronaldo fan, because he plays FIFA a lot in his stream.
Yeah, and his go-to guy is obviously Ronaldo.
Yeah. He wanted to see Ronaldo to get his signed jersey signed and everything.
Oh,
But Ronaldo was not in the best state on that moment. So
there's a couple stories or a couple other clips I should say about the Ronaldo thing. So, a couple months ago, I think, or a month or so by now, IShowSpeed released a song fittingly called World Cup, and basically the song is about the World Cup that was happening this year, and he was butchering like some names, some country names, but I don't know if he was being dead serious.
I'm pretty
or
sure.
not.
Probably not dead serious, but he just how he acts.
But here's the biggest kicker in that song. In the very end, he predicted the outcome of the World Cup.
What?
He said that Portugal would win 3-2 in a shootout with Ronaldo making the game-winning penalty kick. And yeah, so because of Portugal's loss, that song did not age well.
Yes.
I mean, it's a good song and all, but because of that prediction, it already aged like milk.
It just went like rotten. You can just. But did you know about Speed, right?
Yeah,
this
of course.
one story about Speed. He met Elon Musk.
He met Elon Musk?
Yeah, he met Elon Musk. He was watching the World Cup. Because Elon was also watching the World Cup. And then, this is from the interview. Elon said, "Oh, I met this guy, Speed, from the World Cup." And he was like, "Oh, I really like your thing. I inspire you." And he started barking at me. And then Elon... like I started barking back too. It was super funny. I don't even know why.
Wait, are you sure this was
I believe so.
Are you sure this was actually Elon Musk and not an impersonator?
It was in an interview that I seen. I'm pretty sure. I need to find that video again. He said Speed, and Speed is the only guy that would bark. Even the worst, probably like, or even Biden, he was like, "Hello, Biden," and started barking. Probably he's the only guy who would do that.
Wait, he actually met Joe Biden?
No, like one of the person. Like for me, if I met like the president, I would be acting, pretty formal. But no, Speed would probably be one of those like start barking at him.
Yeah, if this video has the actual Elon Musk himself, then I can't believe Speed has the audacity to bark at the world's richest man.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, owner of Tesla,
SpaceX.
And the guy who played Wario on an episode of Saturday Night Live. That I am not making up.
And he was also in the first Iron Man or Iron Man 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I'm not too sure. But from my understanding, I think he was an inspiration for the Iron Man personality in that movie. But,
that's good.
But that's completely besides the point. Second clip I want to talk about was IShowSpeed meeting Ronaldo.
Really?
In air quotes. Yeah. There was a Ronaldo impersonator, but IShowSpeed didn't know that. So IShowSpeed thought he was meeting the actual Ronaldo. And this guy...
Was he blindfolded in that video?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my! I think I've seen that video.
Yeah, he was blindfolded, and he took off the blindfold, and he saw who he thought was Ronaldo, and this guy was freaking out. He was actually crying tears of joy from meeting his idol.
Yeah, he was touching his body, and he opened his blindfolded. He was like, "Who that?"
Yeah, and the actor was just uncomfortably just going along with it.
That is so funny. I would be so devastated if I was trying to get my idol and you guys pranked me. I would cry. Like, you know how the adrenaline and the excitement, you trying to meet your idol, and then you get just random bootleg one.
Yeah, so Speed got hit with that plot twist that Ronaldo that he met wasn't actually Ronaldo, and instead was an impersonator, and he just basically flipped out in classic IShowSpeed fashion.
That is so sad. I would that would hurt for me, to be honest.
In this case, can you blame IShowSpeed?
Have you also IShowSpeed when he was playing in the Mr. Beast playing game? Like, you can't remove your hand for like whoever the last person to remove their hands from this plane is who will receive this plane. Wait,
he was in that video?
Yes, he was in the video. If you watched it.
Wow, I have not watched it.
Yeah, you should watch it. And you know Chucks? He's also like a YouTuber, and he said whoever comes out, whoever remove their hands from this plane, I'll give $10,000. And then Chucks like, I'll be the first one. And
Chunks.
That's how you say it?
CHUNKZ. Is that it?
Yeah, Chunks. I used to
Oh.
Yeah, the video is super funny because they're all of them, all YouTubers and their basically YouTubers, putting their hands on the plane.
Oh my god. I just remember the soccer game they had. It was Sidemen. That's KSI's group versus YouTube All Stars. Oh my god, that was so funny because IShowSpeed hitting the goal. and he hit the The entire crowd joined in on that. That was both epic and hilarious.
See, that's how you know Speed is really a football fan.
Oh yeah, he's diehard.
Yeah.
Absolute diehard fan.
He always wears Ronaldo's jersey.
Yeah, and he even has Ronaldo's jersey number on his own soccer jersey for the Sidemen versus YouTube All-Stars game. But yeah. So back to World Cup. Heartbreaking end for Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Well, more so bittersweet per se, as Neymar, who's basically like the face of the team, he officially became the player for the most goals scored by a player for Brazil, which is crazy. He surpassed Pele, who is one of the game's all-time greats.
Yeah, all-time
if not the best. But Croatia's Pekovic minutes later tied up the game, and the game ended up going to a penalty shootout, and Croatia beat Brazil 4-2.
Yep.
Any Brazil's World Cup hopes in heartbreaking yet jaw-dropping fashion.
Yeah.
As Croatia is going to the semifinals, and I'm actually kind of happy for that because from my mom's side, I'm Croatian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time either, as Croatia made it to the semifinals at the very least in 2018.
Oh, so.
Yeah, but they went on to the finals itself, but they lost to Paris.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But I think Croatia is going to finals. Is it Argentina?
Oh, they have to go through Messi. I forgot.
Okay, they said.
That's gonna be a close call.
If Messi wins this, this FIFA World this year, he's gonna be the original GOAT.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Messi. Yeah, he'll have something that Ronaldo won't have, a World Cup title. And that could perhaps put an end to the Messi-Ronaldo debate.
Yeah, that who is the real GOAT? Messi
Yes.
or Ronaldo?
At least the modern-day GOAT.
But right now is yesterday, I believe, there's Morocco taking a dub.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. They became the first African team in World Cup history to reach the World Cup semifinals.
Yeah.
And they're going to face France in the semifinals on,
I believe,
Wednesday.
Oh, really?
December 14th, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's Wednesday. And then tomorrow is Argentina versus Croatia.
Correct.
And then third place is, we'll see.
Yeah, so I predict...
Okay, let's start our prediction. What is your prediction?
I think that Croatia will pull off an upset. I'm sensing an upset. And it'll be Croatia versus France. Rematch from 2018. I predict that, and I think that Croatia will finally take down France and win a World Cup.
Really?
I know it's a bold prediction, but that is my take.
Hey, not gonna lie, I was really watching this. For me in general, I'm not a fan of Messi, but you know how people compare Messi versus Ronaldo?
Yeah.
Ronaldo sometimes he doesn't pass the ball and stuff like that, but Messi is like one of those I'll let my team get the goal, something like that. So I would go for Argentina all the way.
You're kind of contradicting your point with the buzzer sound because
that's true, but
it has a negative sound. Just listen to it. Come on, man. My point is don't jinx it.
But I don't want to jinx it. Also, if I say, that's true. You're right. Never mind. Take that.
Yeah. Speaking of predictions, let's go to college football. While we are still awaiting the bowl games that will happen on the 31st, aka New Year's Day, 20 days. New Year's Eve, 20 days from now. We have Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, and TCU.
TCU's.
Yeah, Texas Christian University. That's
crazy.
Yeah. So I think the first matchup is Georgia versus Ohio State and Michigan versus TCU. So I will ultimately predict that it'll be Georgia versus Michigan in the national title game.
Really?
And the Bulldogs will repeat as national champions. The same thing that the Crimson Tide did a couple of years ago. Yeah, and from that, the Bulldogs will end up being the top dogs, no pun intended, of college football. That's what I predict.
Hey.
So out of those 4 teams, who do you think will, 1, go to the national championship game, 2, win it all?
I would say I'm rooting for TCU, but I don't know. Bulldogs are really their players are amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. Can't really tell right now. But there's always that one team that you wouldn't expect to put this performance.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Yeah.
So I'm going for TCU.
TCU to win it all?
Probably.
Yeah, TCU versus who in the national championship game?
Which one's the other one? TCU,
Bulldogs. Michigan, Ohio State, and Georgia.
For me, Ohio State is overrated now. So that's why.
Overrated.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really. Probably Michigan. I'll go for TCU and versus Michigan.
I mean, to be fair, Ohio State has always been a football school.
Yeah, that's
and
why.
Their program's really good.
I seen a documentary about their stadium, how the Ohio Stadium is really one of the best stadium or college football stadium, because they have so many trainers and legit for NFL players.
What do you mean best stadium? Quality wise, or
probably this is back in 2016, but they have a lot of stuff that in that stadium. They have a game room for a steam room for all the players to
oh yeah,
all those stuff. Benefits for players to enjoy and relax before the game and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Division I schools have something called money.
Yeah.
So,
but in
other words, they got the big bucks to make that happen,
right? Since college footballs, right? The players don't get paid, right? They just take full scholarship. Is it right?
I mean, it depends because student athletes are now allowed to sign deals with Gatorade or Liquid IV.
Oh, it's sponsorship.
Sponsorships, yeah, basically.
Oh, that's good then. Because before I heard there was a controversy that college schools that they're making so much money on this thing, but they're not paying their students. Or
really?
Something like that. That's why I was thinking that they don't get paid, or at least don't get nothing except for scholarships.
Yeah. So sticking to college football, remember Caleb Williams, the USC quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
He just won the Heisman Trophy.
Whee!
Yeah. I'm shocked too that the same guy who wrote F Utah on his fingernails would end up being the same guy who won the Heisman Trophy.
That's crazy.
The highest honor for a football player, a college football player. I'm actually shocked that he won that, given that he trash talked using his fingers basically. I mean he wrote it.
Yeah.
So Lincoln Riley, who is the head coach for USC and oddly enough the former University of Oklahoma head coach, he ended up having 2 stints with Caleb Williams, because Williams previously went to the University of Oklahoma as well.
Oh, okay.
And with that in mind, Lincoln Riley, per ESPN, has now coached 3 Heisman Trophy winners, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, first overall picks in the 2018 and 2019 NFL drafts respectively, and now Williams.
Hey, that's a GOAT coach.
I
mean, he's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah. Well, say that to Nick Saban.
I mean, true.
or Bill Belichick. Oh, no, wait, that's NFL. Never mind. Never mind. A notable thing that Williams said in his Heisman speech, he says, "They say you either change your dreams or change your habits, and I'm damn sure I wasn't going to change my dreams."
Oh, that was. Hey, that's a good, whatever quote or saying.
Yeah, like as much as I hate Williams for like the cocky thing he did with when facing Utah, but I give him respect for the thing he said. It was like a well said thing he said in his speech. So maybe he did redeem himself a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they still have a bowl game to do in the coming weeks. So maybe there'll be a sign of redemption for him. But we'll see if he does redeem himself. We'll see. Only time will tell. So speaking of trying to redeem themselves, the Warriors, they had a rematch from the 2022 NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics, who were 21-5 going into the game. One of the best records in the entire league.
As of right now?
Not anymore. They're 21-6.
Oh. Okay.
The Warriors had a mediocre 13-13 record. And mind you, the Celtics, they were the best three-point shooting team in the league. They were both number one in three-point percentage and three-pointers made. The Splash Brothers made their presence known, and they went off for a combined 66 points in a much-needed win for the defending NBA champions.
Yes.
And Stephen Curry, he was hitting no-look threes, too. And I saw highlights, and I saw on the TV that they were showing graphics on, the distance that Curry made his three. Like, for example, in the last seconds of the first quarter, he hit, like, a near half-court shot, and it said that it was a 30-footer.
Ooh.
And, like,
is that his number 2?
Yeah,
yes.
fittingly so.
Yeah.
So he shot it, turned around. He knew he was going in.
Oh,
nothing but nylon.
So he shot it. He didn't even want to look if it's going to make it, but he already know he's going to make it. That is pure confidence. That's how you know.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That's how you know that much confidence.
And he shot a 31-footer and a 27-footer too, to name a few of the other threes he made throughout the game. So,
sheesh.
Boom, shakalaka.
Hey, that's what you got the number 30, you know? Nothing but net. Nothing but net. That was nice.
So, since this is the last episode of this season of season 2, hopefully we'll have season 3. But anyways, let's talk about our favorite moments on the show. So, what were your favorite moments on our time here on Something Sporty?
Ooh, one of the favorite moments here when we brought our first guest, Ben.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Ben was, it was during the MLB season, and he's from Seattle. He actually flew the next week to for his team. What is the Seattle team again?
The Mariners.
The Mariners. He said we're gonna win. They haven't been to playoffs in years, but they took a L when he came there.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments too. Believe it or not, it was. Oh man, it was a great night. Those 2 episodes, that is.
Yeah. Great
times. One of my other favorite moments, of course, is having the wrestlers on the show.
Yes.
That
was good.
Yeah, see what their perspectives were on the sports we talked about and the world of wrestling in their case. It was great to learn about their experiences.
And also, I didn't know that our school wrestler is really big. They said they had a roster of 30 people, but 20 or 19 are active, playing competitively.
Oh yeah,
so it's pretty crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course. And another highlight for me was talking about the goalposts coming down for the first time. More specifically, when Alabama took on Tennessee, and Tennessee upsetted the Crimson Tide. Yeah.
And then after that, it was
just talking about the utter chaos that ensued following that final play.
Yeah.
Even the footage too. Oh God, that was crazy. Oh, another great highlight for me was predicting the NFL season at the very start of this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I enjoyed talking about the records, or like who would have a winning record, who would have a losing record, and the Super Bowl predictions. And so far, it's pretty well holding up prediction wise. The Bills are like definitely in playoff contention for sure. I'm not sure about their record right now. They're first in the AFC East, and they are 10-3 right now.
Oh, that's good. That's amazing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, as you predicted, are currently 7-6. They're still in the playoff hunt though.
They're still mediocre,
Yeah. Oddly enough, the Seahawks will be facing the 49ers this Thursday in a crucial game for both teams. So there's that.
How I changed my pick after that.
No. You're sticking with the Seahawks. That's final. We made that pretty clear 3 months ago.
Yeah, in the beginning too. This is like one of the first and second show, I believe so, right?
I think it was the first show.
Yeah, first show.
Yeah, first show. Yeah. So, before we leave you guys off, there is one more thing we would like to present to you guys. This is basically a world premiere because only a few people have heard of this. Oddly enough, I'm the only one who have heard this, so I don't know how anyone else will think of this. So this is our highlight reel for the show, presenting the best moments of this show. So I present to you guys the highlight show, the highlight zone. I hope you enjoy.
DJ.
Oh, and for clarification, the lines you'll hear it'll basically be a kind of skit form at the start and in the end of this highlight reel. So that being said, I hope you enjoy. I apologize. We are experiencing technical difficulties right now. Give us one moment. We are working on the situation right now. We appreciate your patience.
Ready? On device. What? What's happening? Where are we going?
I have no idea, dude.
Whoa!
Have I seen this place before?
Hello, Gian. Welcome back, Erik.
Wait, how do you know my name?
I know all the names of one who enters the realm, but you can call me Filmmaster. Welcome to the Highlight Zone, where the best of the best is showcased. Both of you have showcased great moments throughout your time on Something Sporty. Here, pick a choice, and the rest of your route will be randomly generated. Choose wisely, but have fun.
A rally shoe, which is when you just take off your shoe and put it on your head. Huh? It worked. We rallied.
Wait. A rally shoe?
Yeah, like a rally cap, like where you do it inside out and put it on.
Yeah.
The rally shoe.
So they take out their shoe and
take out the fans.
They literally just take off their shoe.
Yeah, they literally just take off their shoe and just put it on their head.
They just put it on their head.
Yeah,
they're running
like that. Yeah. No, like horizontally.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go, like that, and just put it on their head. Yeah.
Why do they do this?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, not the players do. The fans.
Yeah,
do.
I get that, but still, why?
I don't know. It hasn't been a thing all year, but then people just started doing it. I guess I'm gonna be doing it too because I will be at least one of the games in Seattle.
The Giants are 5-1 right now.
Ooh, okay.
The Jets are 4-2 right now. And mind you, both teams took down other great teams too, like better teams, I should say. The Giants took down the Ravens 24-20 recently, and the Jets beat Green Bay 27-10.
Damn.
And I believe his name is Sauce Gardner.
I like that.
He trolled the Packers crowd by wearing the cheese head. World Series champions Atlanta Braves. It's crazy. And Bryce Harper, who signed that massive 10-year contract a couple of years ago,
That's crazy.
it's finally paying off as they're actually seeing some success in the postseason. I'm like, at first when he was a free agent, I was genuinely mad that he didn't sign with the Giants, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense because around the summer of 2018, there was that massive brawl between him and Hunter Strickland. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it was like a wrong pitch, and Bryce Harper got hit hard, and then
is that kind of started out like a drama?
Yeah, you could say it's drama. Both men approached each other, and then they just threw hands in both bullpens from opposite sides. They cleared out trying to separate the two guys.
Oh yeah,
So now with that in mind, I realized, maybe there is a reason why that Bryce Harper didn't sign with the Giants.
I mean, I was into a couple weeks ago. I was into baseball a lot. I'm obviously rooting for the Padres all the way.
me too. Me too. I had my hat.
You were covering that a couple weeks ago. Why weren't you here? What gives?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little bummed, but it is what it is. San Diego boys did me proud, so we beat LA, so I was happy about that.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we can all agree that we hate the Dodgers in this room. Can we all agree on that? Wait. Who's a Dodger fan in here?
Well, I'm from LA, so I have to.
You could be an Angels fan.
No, no thanks.
All right, scratch what I said then. Series-winning home run, a walk-off home run.
Okay.
The power of SpongeBob was clearly in this guy's hands. So,
There you go.
Stephen Hillenberg, you did another thing great. Another great thing you made.
Now you'll see every SpongeBob every time in the game, at least once probably.
And it's gonna quickly become a cult.
And a meme.
That too.
It's like one of those when the Minion movie came in and when everyone started dressing like a minion.
Gentle minions.
Yeah, those are hella funny. That happens in when I was watching the Minions. It was I was just heading out, but there's I think 7 people dressed up like a minion going out. I think they just watched the Minions. It was so funny.
Did they give the movie a standing ovation?
Yes, I heard them screaming. They're like,
yes.
Imagine you're trying to buy a ticket. Like, what movie are you trying to get?
Look at me right now. Come on
now.
Movie theaters actually got salty about that trend
Yeah,
because
they
of
banned some people.
because they're calling it apparently disruptive. How is that being disruptive?
Yeah.
They're still paying the theaters
just
to go watch the movie. It's just they're wearing suits. How is giving a standing ovation so disruptive?
Something Sporty. Something Sporty does not endorse movie theaters that won't let people see minions in suits.
Yeah.
We gotta add a.
Holy shit, dude. That was mind-blowing. I can't believe we relived it. Hearing ourselves. Wild.
Satisfied, boys? Well, it appears that my job here is done. Thank you for coming to the Highlight Zone. And thank you for the great moments. Take care. Goodbye.
Wait. I want to know more.
Okay. Let's agree to stay away from that subscription service.
I agree.
I can't believe we talked about the Jets. They're actually not god-awful for once.
And so there you have it. That was our highlight reel called The Highlight Zone. So basically, to explain, we started off with a little skit. Me and DJ Sid's characters came back from a long day of work, and we wanted to watch some sports. And my character noticed that there was a free subscription service, or so I thought.
Yeah, it was free, so we didn't mind subscribing to it.
And we were transferred over to a different dimension where we were able to witness our best moments on the show, courtesy of the Zone Master, who is basically an other universe god. And then we were transferred back to our own world, and we were so freaked out to the point where we stayed away from the TV for God knows how long.
Yeah, we just went to sleep after that.
So yeah, the transitions were the static sound you heard of one clip from a previous episode, static effect, another clip of an episode, so on and so forth. So basically, that was how the Highlight Zone was created. And on that note, this is Eric Carlson.
This is AKA Gian or Sid. Thank you guys.
And this has been Season 2 of Something Sporty. Thank you guys so much for tuning in throughout this season. Your guys' support truly means the world to both me and DJ Sid. Hopefully there will be a Season 3, fingers crossed, but only time will tell from here. Again, thank you all so much, and this is Something Sporty, signing out.